So I want to teach you guys a little bit about how to stand out in your department in playing, whether you're playing blues, jazz, or anything. And the only way I can do that is tell you about my story because I don't know any other way. And as you guys know already, I'm a self-taught guitar player. I taught myself everything, never had a teacher. So I kind of want to go through this journey that I had, which many of you have been commenting, how did I get here? So my mother got me into guitar playing. She said, son, you're stupid as it is, might as well hold the guitar in your hand so you don't look so stupid. So she brought me to this guy Jason, and at the time I really liked Guns N' Roses, and I wanted to be Slash. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be a guitarist, I'm gonna be Slash. I go to Jason. I took like 6-7 lessons of him because he was teaching me how to play Titanic, and I was just sitting there trying to figure out this Titanic melody. So I went home and I started to listen to music, started listening to a lot of Slash, and just trying to figure out with my ear, with this scale, this one scale that he taught me, just with my ear trying to figure out what he was playing, and it was like extremely hard. And very quickly, when listening to Slash, I came across this one video where Slash and John Mayer playing with ZZ Top. Right? It's not good quality, it's horrible quality, and I'm a huge fan of Slash, so I'm like, and the ZZ Top guy, Billy Gibbons, comes out and he's like, him versus him, and they're going against each other, and John Mayer just blows him out of the water. For me, he's just a random guy, and I'm thinking like, my hero Slash just got murdered by some random dude. Like my world has fallen down in front of my eyes. So I said, God damn it, caught my legs and called me shouting. I gotta check out this random kid. And the very first recommendation video that was popping up for me was John Mayer Belief Crossroads.
I just want y'all to know that every note that's coming out of my guitar today is dedicated to Mr. B.B. King.
Till this day, one of my favorite John Mayer Crossroads, and I listened to it and I said, fuck. I gotta learn how to play like that. And very quickly, I also understood that Slash was not an improviser. He was writing his solos, right? So you have to think, what do you want to be? Do you want to write your solos, or do you want to play on the spot? And for me, discovering that new thing, that there was some guy, and you could tell he was just playing on the spot, felt like a Superman level powers to me. And then my next quest was, now I have to figure out what this guy's doing. Now, here's where the individuality comes, right? I've listened to John Mayer for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, but at some point yes, you develop a style, just like John Mayer says, when failing to copy somebody else. But I also started to look at, well, where did John Mayer come from? Okay, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Started listening to a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Well, who did Stevie Ray Vaughan like? Started listening to B.B. King. Got down to T-Bone Walker. It's just going back, Delta Blues, right? Where's all this coming from? And you start to understand this huge tree, right? And then I got into Derek Trucks a lot, right? I listened to Derek, and Derek Trucks would play with his hands, and that's where I developed my right hand technique. Where you guys see me, you'll never see me play with a pick, it's just my right hand. Because I'd see Derek, and he would achieve these sounds with his right hand that it was mind-blowing for me. You couldn't do it with a pick. So I said, well, why don't I adopt that thing and combine it with this thing? And along the way, you start figuring out that if you can pull from different people, which is what my hero John Mayer did, is he pulled from B.B. King, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Albert King. You will hear him play all of their licks in his solos. I also wanted to do the same thing and say, I gotta pull from this guy. I started listening to a little bit of jazz. I got into George Benson. That was my downfall in life, because as soon as I started listening to jazz, my father is a huge jazz fan, right? He was like, son, you gotta play more jazz. And I quit music for a couple of years because of this, because he just wanted jazz. And I was like, and I was young back then too, so like you want to play good for your father. And I was playing jazz, and I quit music for a while. And I realized you gotta, no matter who it is, your father, mother, sister, listen to your soul, fellas. Listen to your heart, where it's coming from. And slowly, with this healthy obsession of music, you shall find whatever it is that you're looking for. And then once you find it, it is just a step-by-step, inch-by-inch development to finding that your style, your right hand, what kind of right hand do you want to approach? It's everything, every devil in the detail of playing the guitar, the way you bend your note, the vibrato, everything matters when it comes to your style. If you guys learned something valuable so far, do me a solid and smash that like button. As you grow as a musician and spend years and years in doing one thing, the main thing you understand is that you want to listen to as much people as you can that you like, you know? And they might be a jazz musician that you don't like, and he might be doing one thing that you really like. And you are able to take that one thing and apply it to all these other things you like. And that's how you start creating your junk, you know? And then you start turning this junk into silver, and then you switch it to gold, and you start elevating in life, getting into this higher level. And I want to talk a little bit about my ear as well. I'd spend months just trying to figure out a solo, you know? Now I can do it in minutes, right? When my editor comes in, sometimes we don't have a video ready, I'll sit down for, he's like, just give me 4 minutes, I'll sit down, figure it out, and we're ready to go, and he's mind blown, right? But that's not how I started, you know? When I picked up guitar and I only knew one scale, it took me months, sometimes 2-3 months to figure out one solo, just keep grinding and grinding. And what happens is you start hearing same notes after months, and you're like, oh, I did this already. And when you spend all that time on figuring one thing out, your brain starts to quickly see the repetition that happens over and over, and you start developing how to play well in the ear. Here's another thing I want to say. I got good at my ear in blues stuff. If you give me some jazz music, I won't be able to, because I haven't listened to that so much. I haven't put my time into it. So whatever you're putting your time with your ear is what you're going to be able to understand and hear. Because if you never heard it before, how are you going to figure it out? And if you made it this far, might as well subscribe to this motherfucker. Another thing I want to say is that start listening to people that you don't like, because they might have something that you like in there, and you might find a really golden thing to adapt to your thing. And you have to find yourself, who you are as a musician, and the direction that you want to go for yourself, and really understand this style, that this feeling. This is not theory. A lot of you guys are doing theory and this scale and that scale. Forget about scale. Think about what your soul wants to hear that makes you happy, that you want to play for other people, and start discovering these small bits and pieces in other people, and start learning from them to create your own individual, because there's only one person in this life that's going to be you, and that's you. And can nobody else replace that way of learning which you're going to do in this journey. So create yourselves a legend rather than a journeyman. That's it for today. I just wanted to share with you guys how I got to this level that I have, and just share this knowledge for those of you who are kind of self-taught and don't really like teachers. If you guys want more videos like this, click here. I love you. See you guys next time.